My chosen one. Something has just shifted in the unseen, and you are standing in the exact moment heaven chose to break its silence over your life. This is not coincidence, anointed one. You did not find this message found you, because what has been hidden is now ready to be revealed. There are answers you have been waiting for, prayers you whispered in exhaustion, and questions you carried through long nights of silence. And now the appointed time has arrived, just as it is written in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. There is a time for every purpose under heaven. You thought the silence meant distance, but it was divine strategy. While you waited, heaven was aligning, protecting and preparing something greater than what you imagined. Doors were being held back, not to deny you, but to preserve you. People were removed not to wound you, but to position you. And now the truth that could not be released before is ready to meet you. This is the moment where confusion begins to clear, where hidden things come into light, and where your spirit recognizes what your eyes have not yet seen. If this message has reached you, stay close and subscribe, because there are more revelations being released for you in this season. Now, listen carefully. Chosen one. The unveiling begins. Chosen one. The moment you begin to understand what you actually survived, everything starts to shift inside you. Because what you called just another hard season was not ordinary. What you thought was random pressure, emotional weight, unexplained delays, was actually a battlefield you were standing in without even seeing it. And the truth is, anointed one, there was an assignment over your life long before you ever recognized your calling. Something in the unseen realm tried to silence you before your voice ever formed, tried to weaken you before your strength awakened, tried to distract you before your direction became clear. But you're still here, and that alone should tell you something is different about you. There were moments you should have collapsed under the weight, times when confusion surrounded you so deeply that even your own thoughts felt like noise. Situations where people walked away, doors shut without explanation, and nothing made sense. You questioned yourself. You questioned the silence. You even questioned whether you were being forgotten, but you were not forgotten. You were being guarded. There is something you need to hear clearly right now. Not everything that left you was a loss. Not every closed door was rejection. Some things were removed because they were not assigned to survive the version of you that is rising now. And you didn't just survive those seasons. You were carried through them. You were held in moments you didn't even recognize, protected from conversations you never heard, redirected from paths that looked promising but would have quietly destroyed your peace. You thought you were navigating alone, but there was a covering over your life that never lifted, even when your faith felt weak. Let that settle for a moment, because if you had truly been alone, you would not have made it this far. There is a reason the pressure didn't break you. There is a reason the confusion didn't erase you. There is a reason the silence didn't end you. It refined you. What you were going through was not punishment. It was preparation, and not the kind you can rush through or skip. This was a shaping season, a deep, unseen forming of your character, your endurance, your spiritual awareness. The kind of preparation that happens when nothing looks like progress, but everything is being aligned. You know that feeling when you're doing everything you can, but nothing seems to move. When you pray, but the answer doesn't come the way you expected. When you try to explain what you feel inside, but no one around you truly understands it. That was not wasted time. That was the hidden work. Just like a seed buried beneath the soil you were placed in, a season where growth was happening out of sight. No applause, no recognition, no visible breakthrough, just precious stillness and trust. And if you've ever planted something you already know, the moment it looks like nothing is happening is often the moment the most important transformation is taking place underground. that was you. While others were moving fast, you were being rooted deep. While others were chasing visibility, you were being anchored in something that cannot be shaken. While others were building quickly, you were being built correctly. And now, something is beginning to surface. There is a shift happening not just around you, but within you. You may not even be able to explain it fully, but you can feel it. A subtle clarity, a quiet strength, a sense that something is aligning after a long stretch of confusion. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it is real. And that shift is not random. It is the result of everything you endured in silence. The truth that was held back is now moving toward you, not because time suddenly decided to change, but because you are now strong enough to carry what is about to be revealed. Because here is the part many people misunderstand. Revelation requires readiness, and you were not ready before, not because you were lacking, but because you were still being formed. Now you are different. You don't react the same way. You don't chase the same things. You don't attach yourself to the same patterns. There is a discernment growing in you that wasn't there before. You are starting to recognize what aligns and what drains you, what is real and what is disguised. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. And with that alignment comes something else: exposure. Things that were hidden are about to become clear. Not just around you, but within you. You're about to see people differently, situations differently, even your own story differently. And not everything that is revealed will be comfortable, but it will be necessary. Because truth does not arrive to make you feel good, it arrives to set you free. And freedom requires clarity. There are connections in your life that will begin to shift, patterns that will no longer feel right. Environments that once felt normal will suddenly feel restrictive. It won't be because something is wrong with you. It will be because something is waking up in you. And once you see clearly, you cannot unsee. This is where many people get uncomfortable. Because when truth begins to surface, it separates, it exposes what was hidden behind familiarity. It reveals intentions that were disguised as support. It brings light into places that were easier to ignore. But listen carefully, chosen. 1. This is not happening to harm you, this is happening to position you, because what is coming next cannot be built on confusion, it cannot be sustained by illusion, it cannot grow in environments that are not aligned with your assignment. Something is being cleared, something is being uncovered, something is being prepared, and the silence that once felt heavy is about to make sense in a way you did not expect. But before that clarity fully arrives, there is something deeper you need to understand about what was really happening during that silence. There is something deeper you need to understand about that silence, because what you experienced was not just stillness. It was strategy unfolding in a language you were not yet trained to recognize. You were waiting for answers, but what was actually happening was alignment. You were asking for movement, but what was being built required stillness first. And if you look back honestly, you will begin to notice that every delay carried a form of protection hidden inside it. You remember those moments when something almost worked out, when an opportunity seemed perfect on the surface, when a connection felt right at first, and then suddenly it fell apart without explanation. At the time, it felt like loss, like confusion, like another setback you could not afford. But now you are starting to see it differently. Some of those things were not removed because you failed. They were removed because they were not safe for where you are going. This is the part many never realize. Not every open door is sent to bless you. Some doors are tests, and if they had remained open, they would have drained you, distracted you, or delayed you even further. What felt like rejection was often redirection. What felt like silence was often interception. You were being guarded from things that looked good but were not aligned. You were being slowed down so you would not attach yourself to something that could not carry your future. And yes, it was frustrating. Yes, it stretched your patience. Yes, it made you question your path. But it also refined your discernment in a way that nothing else could. Because now you are not the same person who would have accepted everything that came your way. You are starting to pause. You are starting to feel before you move. You're starting to recognize that not everything that appears right actually is right for you. That shift did not come from ease. It came from everything you had to walk through when nothing made sense. There were nights when your thoughts were louder than your faith, when you replayed conversations, decisions, and missed chances in your mind, trying to figure out what you did wrong. There were days when you felt surrounded by people, but still deeply alone because no one could fully understand what you were carrying internally. That kind of isolation changes a person, but it also prepares a person. Because in that space, you began to hear differently, not with your ears, but with your spirit. You began to sense things before they happened. You began to notice shifts in energy, in tone, in intention. You started picking up on what was genuine and what was not, even when it was subtle. That is not something you were born with at this level. That was developed through the very silence you questioned. And now, because of that development, you are able to carry something you could not have handled before. You are able to walk into rooms without needing validation. You are able to move without announcing every step. You are able to trust what you feel, even when it is not confirmed by others. This is where the shift becomes real. Because you are no longer dependent on external noise to guide you. You are beginning to move from internal clarity. And that kind of clarity is what prepares you for what is coming next. There is something being released into your life that requires stability, not reaction. It requires awareness, not impulse. It requires a level of grounded confidence that is not shaken by temporary circumstances. And that is exactly what was being built in you during that season you thought was empty. Nothing about that time was empty. Every moment you felt overlooked was actually a moment of refinement. Every situation that forced you to be still was creating space for something greater to take root. Every time you chose not to react, not to chase, not to force, you were strengthening something within you that cannot be easily shaken now. And here is what you need to understand clearly. What is coming is not just a change in circumstance. It is a shift in responsibility. Because what you have been asking for, what you have been praying for, what you have been hoping would finally arrive, is not just a blessing. It is something that carries weight. It carries influence. It carries impact beyond just you. And that is why the preparation had to be so precise. You are stepping into something that will require you to see clearly, to move wisely, and to remain grounded even when things begin to accelerate. Because they will accelerate. Things that once took time will begin to move quickly. Doors that would not open before will open without force. Conversations will happen at the right time without you chasing them. Opportunities will present themselves in ways that feel almost unexpected but deeply aligned. And when that happens, it will be easy to forget how long it took to get there. But do not forget, because the same discipline that carried you through the silence is the same discipline that will sustain you in the movement. There is also something else that will begin to happen as this unfolds. You will start to notice a separation taking place around you. Not everyone will understand your shift. Not everyone will be comfortable with your clarity. Some will distance themselves without explanation. Others may question your direction. That is part of the process. Because growth creates distance between who you were and who you are becoming. and not everyone is assigned to walk with you into the next phase. This is not something to resist, it is something to recognize. You are not losing people. You are being aligned with the right environment for what you are stepping into, and that alignment will feel different. It will feel more peaceful, more clear, less forced. You will not have to prove yourself as much. You will not have to explain your decisions constantly. There will be a sense of ease that replaces the tension you used to carry. That is how you know you are moving in the right direction. But before everything fully opens, there is one more layer that needs to surface, something that has been sitting quietly beneath everything you experienced, something that explains why the pressure increased right before this shift began. That pressure you felt right before things began to shift was not random, and it was not a sign that you were falling behind. It was a signal that something was reaching its final stage. You may have noticed how everything seemed to intensify at once. Emotions felt heavier, patience felt thinner, situations became more demanding, and even small things started to feel overwhelming. It was as if life pressed harder on you at the exact moment you were already tired. But there is a reason pressure increases right before transition. Because pressure reveals what has been built inside you. It exposes what is stable and what is still fragile. It brings to the surface anything that cannot move forward with you. And for you, chosen one, that pressure was not sent to break you. It was sent to finalize you. There were moments when you almost reacted out of frustration, when you felt like saying what you normally would not say, when you were tempted to go back to old patterns just to relieve the tension. That was the test. Not a test of perfection, but a test of alignment. Would you return to what was familiar, or would you hold your position even when it was uncomfortable? And even if you felt like you did not handle every moment perfectly, you held on more than you let go. You paused more than you reacted. You stayed when it would have been easier to walk away from your own growth. That matters more than you realize, because what was being measured was not your performance. It was your direction. And your direction has been consistent even when your emotions were not. That is why you are still here, and that is why this shift is happening now. There is something else about pressure that you need to understand. Pressure does not only refine it, also exposes resistance. Not just resistance within you, but resistance around you. You may have noticed how certain situations suddenly became more difficult without clear explanation. Conversations that used to be easy became tense. Environments that once felt neutral started to feel heavy. People who once supported you became distant or unpredictable. That is not coincidence. When you begin to move into alignment, anything that is not aligned begins to react. Not always openly, not always aggressively, but subtly. The energy shifts. The connection weakens. The clarity between you and certain people or places becomes sharper. And this is where many people get confused. They think something is wrong, when in reality something is being revealed. Because resistance is not always meant to stop you. Sometimes it is meant to show you what no longer fits. It is meant to help you see clearly what you could not see when everything felt comfortable. Comfort hides misalignment. Pressure reveals it. And now you are seeing. You are noticing patterns you ignored before. You are recognizing behaviors that once felt normal but now feel draining. You are becoming aware of how certain environments affect your peace, your focus, your energy. That awareness is not accidental. It is necessary because what you are stepping into cannot be sustained if you carry what drained you in the past. There is also a deeper layer to this that many do not talk about. When you begin to move closer to what is assigned to you, there is often an attempt to distract you, to pull your attention away, to create confusion at the moment clarity is about to arrive. That is why the timing of your pressure felt so specific. Right before things began to make sense, everything felt more unclear. Right before movement started, everything felt more delayed. Right before peace settled in, everything felt more chaotic. That is not failure. That is interference. But here is the part that matters. You did not lose your position. Even when you questioned, even when you felt tired, even when you did not have clear answers, you did not completely disconnect from your path. You stayed aware. You stayed open. You stayed present enough to continue moving forward, even if it was slow. And that is why you are now stepping into clarity, because clarity is not given to those who rush, it is given to those who remain. There is something opening now that requires you to move differently than before, not with urgency, not with fear, but with awareness. You are no longer in a season where you need to prove anything. You are in a season where you need to recognize what is already aligning for you, and that requires a different mindset. You do not need to chase every opportunity. You do not need to respond to every situation. You do not need to explain yourself to every person who does not understand your direction. You need to observe. You need to discern. You need to move when it is clear, not when it is loud. Because what is truly aligned will not create confusion inside you. It will feel steady, even if it is unfamiliar. It will feel right, even if it is new. It will not demand that you become someone else to receive it. And this is where everything begins to shift from external to internal, because the greatest change happening right now is not around you, it is within you. You are becoming someone who can hold clarity without needing constant confirmation. Someone who can trust what they sense, even when others do not see it yet. Someone who can move forward without needing everything to be explained in advance. That is strength. That is readiness. And that is why what is coming next will not feel like something you are chasing. It will feel like something you recognize. But before that recognition fully settles in, there is something else that is about to surface. Something that has been quietly building beneath everything you have experienced. Something that explains why certain opportunities are about to appear in ways you did not expect. What is about to surface now is not something new being created. It is something that has been building quietly beneath everything you have already walked through. It has been forming while you were focused on surviving, while you were trying to make sense of what felt uncertain, while you were learning how to stand without needing constant reassurance. And now it is ready to come into view. You may have expected that when things finally shifted, it would feel obvious, dramatic, undeniable from the outside. But instead it begins subtly, a conversation that opens a door you did not plan for, an idea that returns with more clarity than before, a connection that feels different from the usual patterns you are used to. These moments may seem small at first, but they carry weight. They are not random. Because what is aligning for you now is not built on urgency, it is built on timing. There is a difference. Urgency makes you move fast without understanding. Timing allows things to meet you when you are ready to handle them, and what you are stepping into requires you to recognize that difference. Because not everything that moves quickly is meant to be chased, but what is truly aligned will begin to move without force. You will start to notice that certain things come together with less resistance. Situations that would have taken effort before now unfold more naturally. People who are meant to connect with you show up without you trying to convince them. Opportunities appear without you needing to overextend yourself to reach them. That is alignment. And when alignment begins, it does not feel like pressure. It feels like flow. But flow requires trust. Because when things start to come together differently, your instinct may still try to hold on to old patterns. You may feel the urge to question what feels too smooth, to overanalyze what is actually clear, to hesitate, because you are not used to things working without struggle. That is where awareness becomes important. You are not in the same place anymore. You are not operating from the same level of understanding. What used to be normal for you is no longer the standard you are meant to live by. You are being introduced to a different way of moving. One where you do not have to force outcomes. One where you are not constantly proving your value. One where you are not chasing what already recognizes you. And that shift can feel unfamiliar at first, because you spent so much time navigating resistance that ease may feel like uncertainty. But ease, when it is aligned, is not something to fear. It is something to recognize. There is also something else happening at the same time that you need to be aware of. As aligned opportunities begin to appear, so will distractions. Not in the same way as before, but more refined, more subtle. You may find yourself pulled toward things that look similar to what you asked for, but do not carry the same clarity. Situations that seem beneficial on the surface, but create a quiet sense of tension underneath. Invitations that appeal to your past mindset rather than your current alignment. This is where your discernment is being activated at a higher level. Because now the difference between what is right and what is almost right becomes more important than ever. What is meant for you will not require you to ignore your own clarity. It will not ask you to compromise what you have already learned. It will not pull you back into confusion. It will meet you where you are now, not where you used to be. And that is why you cannot move the same way you did before. You cannot say yes out of pressure. You cannot stay out of comfort. You cannot ignore what you feel just to maintain what is familiar. You have outgrown that. There is also a deeper understanding that is beginning to settle in you. You are starting to realize that what you have been asking for is not just about receiving something new. It is about becoming someone who can carry it without losing themselves in the process. Because what is coming carries influence, not just in a visible way, but in how it will affect your decisions, your environment, your direction. It will open access. It will create movement. It will require you to remain grounded even when things expand. And that is why the preparation could not be rushed. There were parts of you that needed to be strengthened quietly, patterns that needed to be broken without external pressure, ways of thinking that needed to shift before new responsibility could be placed in your hands. Now that shift is happening. You are thinking differently. You are choosing differently. You are no longer reacting the way you once did. There is a pause in you now, a space between what happens and how you respond. That space is where your growth lives, and that growth is what makes you ready. There is also something very important you need to understand about what is being revealed right now. Not everything will come all at once. Not everything will be fully clear immediately. Some things will unfold step by step, not because they are uncertain, but because they are structured that way. You are being guided into something, not thrown into it. And guidance requires attention. You will begin to notice small confirmations, not always loud, not always obvious, but consistent. A thought that returns at the right moment. A message that aligns with what you were already sensing. A situation that connects pieces you did not realize were related. These are not coincidences. They are indicators. And the more you pay attention, the more you will see how things are connecting. But here is where the shift becomes even more real. As these connections become clearer, there will also be a call for you to move. Not in a rushed way, but in a decisive way. There will be moments where you know it is time to respond, time to step forward, time to act on what has been shown to you. And that moment will not always feel comfortable, because clarity removes excuses. Once you see clearly, you cannot pretend you do not know. Once you recognize what is aligned, you cannot continue to stay where you know you no longer belong. And that is where courage comes in. Not the kind of courage that is loud or visible, but the kind that is quiet and consistent. The kind that allows you to move forward even when others do not fully understand your direction. The kind that allows you to trust what you have been shown even when it requires change. Because what is being revealed now is not just information, it is instruction. And how you respond to that instruction will determine how smoothly the next phase unfolds. There is a reason why everything feels like it is coming together in a way you did not expect. There is a reason why certain things are becoming clear all at once. There is a reason why you feel both a sense of calm and a sense of anticipation at the same time. You are not imagining it. You are stepping into it, and what comes next will not only confirm what you've been sensing, it will require you to fully step into the version of yourself that this entire process has been preparing you to become. Because the moment you begin to move with that clarity, something else will respond, something that has been waiting for you to reach this exact point. The moment you begin to move with that clarity, something will respond that has been waiting on your alignment more than your effort. This is the part most people misunderstand. They believe everything depends on how much they push, how fast they act, how aggressively they pursue what they want. But what is connected to your life at this level is not activated by force, it is activated by readiness. And you have reached a point where readiness is no longer theoretical, it is real. You will start to see it in how things respond to you, not because you suddenly became someone else overnight, but because you are finally operating in a way that matches what has already been prepared. There will be moments where doors open without resistance, where conversations lead somewhere meaningful, without you trying to control them, where decisions feel clear, without needing to overthink every detail. This is not luck. This is alignment meeting opportunity. But as this begins to unfold, there is something important you must stay aware of. When movement begins after a long season of stillness, it can feel unfamiliar. You may feel the urge to move faster than necessary, to respond to everything at once, to take on more than what is actually required. That is a reaction from your past patterns, not your current position. You are not in a season where you need to prove urgency. You are in a season where you need to maintain clarity, because not everything that becomes available is meant to be accepted. Some things will appear simply to test whether you can remain aligned when options increase. And this is where your growth will show itself. You will recognize the difference between what feels aligned and what feels rushed. You will begin to trust that if something is truly meant for you, it will not require you to abandon your sense of clarity to obtain it. This is how you protect what is being given to you. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface of this movement. You are being positioned not just to receive, but to carry something that extends beyond your personal situation. What is opening for you is connected to purpose, to responsibility, to influence that may not be fully visible yet. That is why it had to be built the way it was. Because if this had come to you earlier, you may have received it, but you would not have been able to sustain it. You might have reacted instead of responding. You might have attached yourself to the wrong things. You might have moved in ways that would have created instability instead of growth. Now, that is no longer the case. You are able to pause before you act. You are able to see patterns instead of just reacting to events. You are able to step back and understand what something is bringing into your life before you commit to it. That awareness is what will allow you to move forward without losing what is being given. There is also a shift happening in how you relate to yourself. You are no longer looking for constant reassurance from others. You are not depending on external confirmation to validate what you already sense internally. That does not mean you have all the answers, but it means you trust your ability to recognize when something is right. And that trust changes everything, because once you trust your internal clarity, you no longer move from fear of missing out. You move from understanding what actually belongs to you. This is where things begin to stabilize. You will notice that your decisions become more precise. You will no longer feel the need to explain every choice you make. You will begin to move with a quiet confidence that does not need to be announced. Others may not fully understand it, but they will recognize that something has shifted. And that shift will begin to create a different kind of response from your environment. People who are aligned with your direction will naturally connect with you. Conversations will feel more purposeful. Opportunities will feel more intentional. At the same time, anything that is not aligned will begin to fall away without you needing to force it. This is not loss. This is refinement, continuing at a different level. And as this refinement continues, there will be moments where you are asked to let go of something that once felt important, not because it was wrong, but because it is no longer necessary for where you are going. Letting go at this stage may feel different than before. It will not feel like confusion, it will feel like clarity. You will know. That knowing may be quiet, but it will be steady. And when you follow that, you create space for what is already moving toward you to fully enter your life. There is something else you need to be aware of as this unfolds. Not everyone will respond to your growth in a positive way. Some will not understand the changes you are making. Some may interpret your clarity as distance. Others may feel uncomfortable with the way you no longer engage in the same patterns. That is not your responsibility to fix. You are not here to remain the same so others can feel comfortable. You are here to move forward in alignment with what has been prepared for you, and that will require you to stay grounded in your direction, even when it creates distance between you and certain people or environments. Because what is being built now is not temporary. It is stable. It is structured. It is designed to last. And that means you cannot carry instability into it. There is also a sense of timing that is becoming clearer to you. You are beginning to recognize that not everything needs to happen immediately. You are able to wait when waiting is necessary, and you are able to move when it is time to move. That balance is what allows things to unfold without unnecessary resistance. You are no longer pushing against the process. You are moving with it. And as you continue in this direction, something even more significant will begin to take shape. Not just in your external circumstances, but in how you see yourself and your role in what is unfolding. Because what is coming next will require you to fully step into that role without hesitation. What is coming next will require you to fully step into that role without hesitation. And this is where everything becomes more real than it has ever been before. Because up until now, much of what you have experienced has been internal. It has been growth, awareness, preparation, refinement. But now it begins to move outward into your decisions, your actions, your environment, and the way you show up in situations that once would have intimidated you. You will notice it in small ways at first, the way you respond when something unexpected happens, the way you hold your ground without needing to raise your voice, the way you choose not to engage in what no longer aligns, even when it would have been easier to fall back into old habits. These are not random changes. They are evidence that something inside you has stabilized. And that stability is what allows you to carry what is coming. Because what is being placed in your life is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is not something that comes and goes based on circumstances. It is something that is meant to remain, to grow, and to expand over time. But in order for it to remain, you have to remain grounded within yourself. This is where many people struggle. They receive something new, but they try to carry it with an old mindset. They try to hold something stable with unstable thinking. They try to manage something significant with habits that were formed in survival mode. You are not being brought into this next phase to survive. You are being brought into it to sustain. And sustaining requires a different level of awareness. You are no longer making decisions based on immediate relief. You are making decisions based on long-term alignment. You are no longer reacting to situations based on emotion alone. You are responding based on understanding. You are no longer moving just because something is available. You are moving because something is aligned. That difference is what will protect what is being given to you. There is also a deeper shift happening in how you see yourself. You are beginning to recognize that you are not just someone trying to figure things out. You're someone who has been prepared to handle what is now unfolding. That does not mean you have every answer, but it means you're no longer questioning your ability to move forward. You trust yourself differently now, and that trust is not based on confidence alone. It is based on experience. It is based on everything you have already navigated, everything you have already endured, everything you have already learned when things were unclear. That is why you will not approach this next phase the same way you approached previous ones. You are not starting from the same place. You are starting from understanding. There will also be moments where you are asked to step into spaces that once felt out of reach. Situations where you may initially feel a sense of unfamiliarity, not because you do not belong there, but because you have not experienced that level before. And in those moments, it will be important for you to remember that you're not being placed there by accident. You are there because you are ready. Not ready in a perfect way, but ready in a real way. You have already developed the awareness, the patience, the discernment that is needed to navigate what is in front of you. You may still feel moments of uncertainty, but those moments will not control your direction the way they used to. You will move forward anyway. That is the difference. There is also something else that will begin to happen as you step into this role. You will start to see the impact of your presence in ways that were not visible before. Conversations will shift when you enter them. Situations will begin to move when you are involved. People will respond differently to you, not because you are trying to be different, but because you are carrying something that has been built through everything you have experienced. That presence is not something you need to force. It is something you carry naturally now. And with that presence comes responsibility. Not in a heavy way, but in a real way. Because what you say, what you choose, what you engage with will begin to have a wider effect than it did before. That is why your awareness has increased. That is why your discernment has sharpened. That is why you no longer feel comfortable engaging in things that once felt normal. You are not the same, and you are not meant to be. There is also a moment approaching where everything will begin to connect in a way that makes the entire process make sense. Not in a dramatic way, but in a clear way. You will begin to understand why certain things had to happen the way they did, why certain delays were necessary, why certain connections did not last, why certain paths did not open when you expected them to. It will not feel like confusion anymore. It will feel like confirmation, and that confirmation will not come from outside validation. It will come from within you, from a place of understanding that was not available to you before. This is where everything begins to settle, because once you understand, you no longer question the process the same way. You no longer feel like you are behind. You no longer feel like you missed something. You recognize that everything happened in a way that brought you to this exact point, with the exact awareness you now carry. And that awareness is what will allow you to move into what is next without hesitation. But there is one final shift that needs to happen before everything fully opens. A shift that is not about what is coming to you, but about what you are fully ready to release. This final shift is not about gaining more, it is about releasing what can no longer go with you. And this is where everything becomes deeply personal, because what needs to be released is not always obvious from the outside. It is not always a situation or a person you can easily identify. Sometimes it is a mindset you have carried for years. Sometimes it is a version of yourself that learned how to survive, but is no longer needed now that you are stepping into something stable. You may feel this shift as a quiet resistance inside you, not toward what is coming, but toward what you know you can no longer hold on to. Patterns that once felt necessary now feel heavy. Ways of thinking that once protected you now feel limiting. Even certain emotional responses that helped you get through difficult seasons no longer fit the clarity you have now. This is not regression. This is release. Because you cannot carry both survival and alignment at the same time. One was necessary for where you were. The other is required for where you are going. And this is where your awareness becomes your guide. You already know what feels different. You already sense what no longer aligns. You already recognize where you have been holding on out of habit instead of intention. The question is not whether you can see it. The question is whether you are ready to let it go without needing a perfect explanation. Because not everything that needs to be released will make sense immediately. Some things are simply finished. There may be thoughts that try to pull you back into old ways of responding, especially when you face unfamiliar situations, moments where your instinct is to doubt what is actually clear, to question what you have already understood, to return to patterns that feel safer, simply because they are familiar. But you are no longer in that place. You are not moving from uncertainty anymore. You are moving from recognition. And recognition requires trust. Trust in what you have learned. Trust in what you now see. Trust in the fact that you would not have reached this point if you were not ready to move forward without holding on to what is behind you. There is also a deeper sense of identity that is becoming clear now. Not based on what you have been through, but based on what you have become through it. You are no longer defining yourself by the challenges you faced or the delays you experienced. You are beginning to see yourself through the strength, clarity, and awareness that those experiences produced in you. That shift in identity changes everything. Because once you see yourself differently, you no longer accept the same limitations. You no longer settle for what does not align. You no longer shrink to fit spaces that cannot support your growth. You move differently. You speak differently. You decide differently. And that is what allows what has been prepared for you to fully enter your life without resistance. There is also a sense of completion that begins to settle in. Not the end of your journey, but the end of a cycle that carried you through uncertainty, preparation, and internal transformation. You may feel it as a quiet clarity, a calm understanding that something has closed, even if it was not marked by a visible event. That closure is important because it creates space. Space for what is now ready to begin. And what is beginning is not built on the same foundation as before. It is built on clarity, on awareness, on alignment that has been tested and strengthened over time. It is not something that can be easily shaken because it is not based on temporary conditions. It is based on who you have become. You will begin to see how everything starts to move in a way that feels connected, not forced, not chaotic, but intentional. Opportunities will not feel like interruptions. They will feel like extensions of what you already understand. Decisions will not feel overwhelming. They will feel like natural steps forward. And as this unfolds, you will realize something important. You were never behind. You were being prepared. Every delay, every moment of silence, every situation that felt unclear was part of a process that was shaping you into someone who could carry what is now entering your life without losing balance, without losing direction, without losing yourself. That is why the silence had to last as long as it did, not to hold you back, but to build you up in ways that could not happen in constant movement. And now that the silence has done its work, everything begins to respond, not all at once, but steadily, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that confirms you. You will recognize it, you will feel it, and you will move with it. Because the truth that could not be revealed before is now clear not just around you, but within you. And now that you see it now, that you understand it now, that you are aligned with it, there is nothing left to hold you in the place you once felt stuck. You are no longer waiting for clarity, you are walking in it. And from this point forward, everything you choose, everything you accept, everything you step into will reflect that. This is not the beginning of something uncertain. This is the continuation of something that has already been prepared, and now it is fully yours to carry. Chosen one, receive this moment with stillness in your spirit, because what has been spoken over you is not passing words, it is a living confirmation. You are standing in your appointed time, a moment heaven prepared long before you understood the path you were walking. What once felt delayed is now aligning, and what was hidden is now moving into place with precision you cannot yet fully see. Anointed one, you are not leaving this message the same way you entered it. Something has settled within you, something steady, something clear. This is your Kairos moment, where unseen hands are arranging what no effort could force. Doors are being positioned, hearts are being softened, and provision is already on its way to meet you. Walk forward with peace, not pressure. Move with awareness, not fear. You do not need to rush what is already aligned. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, the vision awaits its appointed time, and it will not delay. What belongs to you will arrive exactly when it should. If your spirit recognizes this moment, let your agreement rise and comment Amen as a sign of your alignment. And if this word found you at the right time, stay connected and subscribe, because more is being revealed for your journey. Now go forward, chosen one, with quiet confidence. What is unfolding in your life cannot be hidden anymore.